What's up everyone, Trace here, and I'm with a brand new video. So today we're on the Pokemon X and Y type thingy dealio. So today, we are reviewing a battle which I had against Foulplayer23. So thank you so much for this battle. It was a very good one, very entertaining, and we just all had a bit of fun. So we're gonna go ahead and play this battle. Also, apologies for any background noise. I'm recording this in the evening. My dad's got people around, and yes, so T is issuing a challenge. I'm just gonna see how this goes. So they're gonna lead with the Umbreon, the shiny Umbreon. I love shiny Umbreon, it looks so cool. But I am going to lead with the Galvantula. So I'm gonna lead with Sticky Web. Thank God he doesn't have the Magic Bounce, or didn't switch into everything that he does. But I should also point out that he has an Evolution team, which is pretty cool, as you might have saw at the start. But he is going to badly poison me, which is very irritating. But we should be able to live through it, as Galvantula is pretty much all we needed. We just needed to get Sticky Web up. I'm going to be able to paralyze the Umbreon, which is very helpful for us. But the Synchronize, it's going to happen, but it's going to fail, because I'm an electric type, and they're going to put in the Substitute. Now, this is the point where I'm wishing that I had Bug Buzz rather than Grass Knot, but at other times, to be fair, I do wish that I have Grass Knot. That rather than Bug Buzz, so it's kind of 50-50. But yeah, because Bug Buzz will be super effective, stab, and hopefully do alright. But he's going to be paralyzed and can't move. I'm going to get the Volt Switch off, which can be semi-decent. It's not going to break the Substitute, unfortunately, which is very annoying for me, because Substitutes are annoying. But I'm not going to go out into the Maul. I'm going to get the Intimidate off, but it's not going to affect the Umbreon, which is very irritating. Very irritating, but either way, I'm just going to recover health with its leftovers. Now I'm going to Mega Revolve, as Maul is still my Mega Evolution. Still love Mega Maul. It's such an absolute boss. So I'm going to go for the Sword Stance, knowing that this Umbreon probably can't do much to me. I'm not really sure at this point what he was going to go for, but he is going to go for just nothing. He gets paralyzed. So yeah, apologies for the commentary as well. I know it's bad, but it's late in the evening. Either way, I'm going to go for the Play Rough, which I know is going to be super effective on that sub. That sub is going to die. That sub is out the window. But yeah, which is very good. So at this point, my attack stat is going through the roof. Plus stab, and it goes for the Toxic. It might have been a misclick, I think. But it's not going to affect my Mawile, because I am a Steel type. But I think it might have been a misclick. But either way, they're going to switch, realizing that they can't do much. But they're going to enter the Glaceon, which is also a shiny, caught in the Sticky Web, speed is lowered, and then this happens. Play Rough, stab, Sword Stance boosted, huge power boosted, look at that HP bar go down, there goes, down Glaceon, so that's pretty good. So now they send in Flannery, named after the gym leader, so shiny Flareon, which is very cool. I think all these were shiny, actually. I'm thinking about it, but the speed is going to be low. They're going to go with the superpower, which I wasn't expecting. But I do live through it, and they get the attack drop, which is very good for us, and the defense drop. I go for the Play Rough, and that is going to be a KO. So I don't think the defense drop mattered all that much, but either way. So now they're going to go into the Jolteon. At this point, I'm getting like a little mini sweep with Mega Maul. But they're going to be caught in the Sticky Web, have their speed fall. I love Sticky Web so much, it's so helpful. But they are still faster, so they're going to get the Discharge off and actually feint my Mega Maul, which was a bit of a blow. But I think we should still do alright. So, going to go out into the Garchomp. I'm going to go straight for the Earthquake, seeing that it's not Air Balloon or anything of that kind. It's going to be super effective, and it's going to get the KO. So that's brilliant. And yeah, so now they're going to go into the Vaporeon. Now, obviously, Vaporeon is shiny, and also resists Earthquake, and since I'm choiced into it, Choice Scarf, I have to switch, because I know it's not going to do anything, and to be fair, Vaporeon is a bit of a beast. But here comes Gogoat! Now, Gogoat was very fun in this battle, now being specially defensive, and a grass type which resists water, I pretty much ate that up, but they get the Burn. Burn is going to definitely come into effect later in the battle, but if anything, it kind of makes things a bit more funny, which is quite funny. But either way, gonna get recovery from the leftovers, and now they're gonna withdraw Vaporeon, seeing that this Gogoat is a bit of a threat, and they're gonna go out into the Leafeon. So This Leafeon causes a couple of problems, but now we're pretty much going to have a bit of a stall wall here. So I'm going to go for the Horn Leech on this Leafeon. It's barely going to do anything, as this Leafeon is presumably quite tanky. It's very defensive, it seems. But I get a little bit of recovery. I get the leftovers recovery also. And then the burn comes into effect, putting me back down. So, bit of a useless turn. But I do have the Aerial Ace. Now, this definitely surprised him. I remember in the chat. This definitely surprised him, but it did seem to be alright. So they're going to go for the Bite. That's not going to do a huge amount. But it does, in fact, reveal that they are Life Orb. So they're not choiced in any way. Not that I wasn't really expecting anything to be choiced, but that's just how it goes, I guess. Now I'm going to use the Milk Drink. Apparently milk is amazing, as it recovers a huge amount of health on my Gogoat. And they're going to use Bite, and it's going to hurt a little bit, but it's not all that bad. They're also going to lose a bit of their HP, again, due to the Life Orb. So, yeah, a bit of a stall wall here. Unfortunately, I'm not able to speed it up, so we just have to live through it. But either way, I'm going to go for the Aerial Ace once again, which does a little bit, but they're going to go for the Synthesis. And this is where the stall wall properly begins. We realise that we're going to be in a bit of a stall wall, but with a stall wall, rather. But, yeah, things just get funnier and funnier as life goes on. And just Gogoat is just Gogoat versus Leafeon. Both grass types, both stally, both have healing moves. This is going to last for quite a while. So they're going to go for the Bite again, with it being the best move that they have. And they're going to be hurt by the Life Orb. I'm going to get leftovers recovery and be hurt by the Burn. This, ladies and gentlemen, is it's going to take just a little while. I'm going to drink more milk. This is my second pot of milk, I think. Second little pot of milk. I'm going to restore my HP, use Bite, or rather they use Bite. Going to do a bit of damage, but it's not particularly bad. Life Orb is going to not be helpful for them at all. And yeah, this is just very stally. So yeah, so pretty much goes on for a bit more. Aerial Ace, yada yada yada. Does a decent amount of damage. They use Bite, yada yada yada. You've seen it probably like the 5th time now. I've had 2 pots of milk so far. Drunk milk about 2 times. Yeah, things just go a bit crazy from here. Bit ragey, bit crazy, bit ridiculous. And let's just carry on. So, now I have my 3rd pot of milk, my 3rd litre of milk. And, yeah, it's quite difficult to down all of that milk. Because if you look at the size of that container, as they use Synthesis, if you look at the size of that container, I've drunk the amount of milk in there 3 times so far. And, spoiler alert, there are more to come. How this is possible, I have no idea. I'm presuming one is about 1 litre. Might be more, might be less, I've no idea. And I'm going to go for the Aerial Ace. They're going to go for the Leaf Blade, but I'm going to get the Sap Sip boost. So my attack is going to rise, and that is going to be extremely helpful. Now, at this point, I'm thinking, this is probably going to last for a while. We're both getting very annoyed with this stall war. And, yeah, I just decided to use Aerial Ace once again, so I don't have to heal up this turn. But guess what they're going to do? They're going to go for another Bite. So, meanwhile, I'm drinking my milk, being bitten all over, eating my leftovers. This is just Gogoat but the fact that Gogoat is living through this, he's not even defensive, he's especially defensive. The fact that he's living through this as we have his 4th bottle of milk, my god, this guy is thirsty. He's thirsty for milk, he's thirsty for blood, essentially. This guy, Gogoat is just a beast. This is just why I love Gogoat so much. It's an absolute beast. Now, you can probably guess what's going to happen at this point. What's going to happen is I'm going to go for the Aerial Ace. And can you maybe guess which move they're going to go for? As it takes them down so far. I think it was like 1 HP maybe? It was around there, but then they get the Synthesis off. So had I knocked them out, this would have been over a long, long time. This would be over by now. But I didn't knock them out, which is extremely annoying. But I'm gonna be hurt by my burn again. I'm gonna go for another aerial ace. I could have potentially tried to heal here, drink a bit more milk, but I decided not to as I was on a decent amount of health. They're gonna go since this again, people, and just it just lasts for so long. It's absolutely ridiculous. But this is why I like Gogoat. He literally, Foulplayer was raging a little bit. It was just taking so long. I go for another aerial ace. I was always surprised about aerial ace, but it's just a thing I tend to do. I like to try and see if I can create more different sets, catch people off guard, and even sets with Pokemon which you don't really usually see. You don't usually see Gogoat, and I don't know why, because Gogoat is an absolute beast. He's amazing. He's absolutely brilliant as he downs his 5th bottle of milk, people. He's drinking so much milk. I should also say he's limited to 10, apparently. That's the most drink that's the most drink he can milk. Wow, that's the most milk he can drink. But he's had like 5 whole bottles. This guy is thirsty, people. He's thirsty and he's hungry. He's eating all these leftovers as well. It's crazy. 6th bottle of milk, people. His 6th bottle of milk. This is getting ridiculous at this point. Apologies for the doorbell in the background. This crazy. Like, this guy is thirsty and hungry. He hasn't been fed for days. He's been inside the battle box for so long. He is prepared to drink 6 bottles of milk. I'm just talking over the fact that the battle is going on in the background so you can see. It's crazy. So, I don't know. I was raging. Foulplayer was raging. This was just going to last for what was definitely too long. But Leafeon, however, at this point, takes enough Life Orb damage and Aerial Ace damage that I managed to get the KO. Gogoat just tanked out a Leafeon, people. I don't know the set for this Leafeon. Foul, if you're watching, please tell me, because it was a really good set. But in comes the Vaporeon, which gets caught in the Sticky Web, and it's going to get slowed, and yes, this is where things go alright for me. Vaporeon is gonna go for Protect, and I'm gonna go for the Horn-H, but obviously it protects itself. Gogoat pulling through. This Gogoat is amazing. This is why I love Gogoat. Oh god. Just situations like this. Apologies for the fact that the audio has probably just gone really weird. This is why I love Gogoat. He is an absolute beast. Managed to get the Horn-H off. Didn't actually do as much as I would have wanted. He's going to go for Scald again. I'm going to pretty much eat that up. But it's just... I love Gogoat. Just for this reason. This is why I like Gogoat. Either way, what's going to happen now is I'm going to go for another Horn-Leech, I believe. I think. I've pretty much lost track at this point. But either way, yeah, I'm going to go for another Horn-Leech. Hopes to do a decent amount of damage at the point where I can regen a little bit more. And just this is why I love Gogoat. I can't say it enough. Gogoat is an absolute beast. He's just amazing. Anyway, so the Vaporeon is going to go for the Scald. I'm going to pretty much eat that up. I only take away 24 HP, which is very, very good. Leftovers now going to come into effect, but not quite regen as much as the Scald is going to do, but that's not too bad. Yeah, just Gogoat is just a beast. I love him so much. He's amazing. Anyway, Horn-Leech is going to happen. It's going to be very, very good. I'm going to do a decent amount, take him down to about a quarter of his health. And, yeah, I love Gogoat. I can't say enough. But at this point, Foul has decided that even though my drinking of like 6 bottles of milk or something was terrible, he's just going to go for the Wish, and having seen the Protect, we pretty much all know what is going to happen here. He's going to go for the Protect on his Vaporeon, Wish Protect, very good tactic. But that was what we were all thinking. However, he actually changed that into his Umbreon, which is very, very interesting. And Umbreon is going to get caught in Sticky Web, be slowed, and yeah. So at this point I go for the Horn-Leech, which isn't too bad. And I just still can't believe the power, the pure power of Gogoat. He's amazing. Anyway, the Wish comes true onto the Umbreon, so that's very helpful for him. Heals up his Umbreon, which is kind of his stall. And we were thinking,
another stall war is coming. Because Umbreon is notorious for being just a stall wall. He's notorious for being a wall, people. But either way, I'm now going to send out my Gengar. But Umbreon is paralyzed and can't move, which is very, very good for us. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go for Focus Blast, but it's going to miss. And they go for the Toxic. That's probably a misclick, I would guess, I think. And I'm actually going to withdraw and go out into their Vaporeon as I go for the Focus Blast, which I'm actually locked into. And yeah. This was a brilliant battle, I also have to say. It was very, very good. But, yeah. Very, very helpful. So, yeah. Now they're going to go out into the Umbreon. It's the final Pokemon that they have. My god, I'm tired out from just commentating this battle. You can imagine how tired I was just after this whole battle. But they're going to go out into the Umbreon. And then they concede at that point, because they knew that they pretty much could not win. So yeah, but thank you, Foul, so much for the battle. It was very, very enjoyable, very, very good. But yeah, that just shows the pure power, people, of Gogoat. It's just amazing. Anyway, so, on that note, thank you guys all for watching. I hope you all have enjoyed. My name has been Summertris, and I'll see you guys next time.